Hey, this is JT with Silver Street Marketing, and today we are going to be going over how to retarget visitors that are visiting your website using Facebook ads to help you find more motivated sellers. Now, this is the same type of strategy that you are probably well accustomed to, especially in this holiday season while we're out shopping for friends and family, and we're looking on Amazon, we're going over here to this website, this website, this website. And, we take a second, we're like, all right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to look at our social media feed, right? We pull out our phone, we start looking, and all of a sudden, we see all these products that we've been looking at, right? They keep popping up, all these different ads about what we've been looking at. And we're like, wow, Zuckerberg is tracking us. Well, I tell you what, it's the exact same thing we are going to do for you and your clients who are visiting your website. They're probably going there multiple times because they're not quite sure if they're ready to submit their information to start talking to you about selling their home. And this is how we can stay in front of them and make sure that we're there when they're ready. So we have the perfect timing and the perfect message to make sure that we get them to convert for a couple dollars a day. Nothing too expensive. So we're going to talk about that. And I am actually going to show you exactly how to place your tracking code on your website, as well as the ads that I use and the strategy that I use when I am retargeting and how to build that on Facebook. So let's jump right into it. Today, for the example, I am going to be using a Carrot website. So you guys will be able to check that out if you're interested in getting a Carrot website. I use it for a lot of my real estate clients, for realtors as well as investors. So if you want to see more about Carrot, there is a link below in the description of this in the description of this video. So I will get to it. All right, here we are in the Facebook Ads Manager. Now remember, if you guys don't know how to get here, simply you can go to business.facebook.com. It'll bring up your business settings. You can go ahead and click into the Ads Manager on the left here, or you can go into facebook.com and you can pull down the menu and go to Ads Manager directly if you're using a personal account. Now, let's jump into finding your Facebook tracking code. If you have never done this, or if you already have one, it will be in your Events Manager. So we're going to go ahead and pull up our Events Manager. And here is our Facebook pixel. Now, you are allowed to have multiple pixels per account, so you can create another pixel if you've already got one on a separate website and you need a new one. You can totally do that. I'll kind of show you how to do that. If this is your first time coming to this page, you are going to have a little button that says Set Up Pixel. It's going to walk you through the same instructions that I'm about to show you when creating a new pixel. If you want to use your old pixel, you can access the code simply by coming down here and selecting Add Events, and from New Website and selecting Install Code manually. Now, if you want to create a new pixel, you just come up here. We're going to hit this green button. We're going to click Web. We're going to click Get Started. We're going to click Facebook Pixel, and these are the same instructions if you've never created a pixel before. We're going to put Silver Street, and this is our second pixel, so I'm just going to put Pixel 2. Hit Continue. And here we go. Here is the Silver Street Pixel 2. We're going to hit Install Code manually, and we're going to copy the code. Now, I'm going to bring up a notepad, and I use this because it doesn't change any of the settings of the formatting for my Facebook Pixel code. So I am going to paste it here. I'm actually going to paste it twice. So I'm going to paste it once, and come down here. I'm going to put a little line break, and I'm going to paste it again. And in the second part, I am going to come here, I'm going to press Enter. I'm going to write exactly the same thing underneath the page view. I'm going to write FBQ track, and I'm going to write lead, semicolon. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I need two pieces of code. This main part of the code right here, this is what's going to track anybody who visits your website. So it's important that we have this. This is just a plain and simple code that we just copied that we're going to put into the header of your website. And this is going to be for the entirety of your website. So whether you're using a Carrot website or not, you can go into your settings of your website, and this is where you're going to place this code into the header tags to go across your entire website. So this is going to track every single page. As it loads, it's going to track a page view. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to copy this, and we are going to head back to our website. And like I said, I am using a Carrot website today because it's very simple to use and has very high quality of conversion rates. So we're going to go ahead and click into settings. We're going to go into our analytics and scripts. We're going to come down here, and you can see we already have one Facebook pixel code on here, but we're going to place another. So we're going to enter down. We're going to click paste. And there we've got our second Facebook pixel code. That's all ready to go. We're going to come down here, and we're going to click save. Awesome. So it has saved. And now what we do is we're not done yet because we need to place our second Facebook pixel code that we have copied and pasted. Now this one is particular for our step 2 page. So the thank you or your thank you page, depending on how long your funnel is. This is going to be for the page right after the first initial form fill. So the minute that someone fills out a form, the next page, we need to place this code. And what this code is doing is it's telling Facebook, hey, somebody has been successful at filling out your first initial form. And we do this because Facebook is going to analyze everyone that's sending to our page. And when we optimize for a lead, we're basically telling Facebook, hey, we want to make sure we count as many people that get to our step 2 page that has our lead code on it. And we want to find anybody else who matches that type of person to make sure that we put them as a priority to get them to our website because they're probably more likely to land on the step 2 page because they're similar to other people who have done it in the past, right? So this is how we're able to communicate with Facebook, and this is how our website can communicate with Facebook to make sure that we're driving the most motivated traffic. Now, if you don't have this on your website, I can tell you that you're probably not going to get very good results. It's that lack of communication between Facebook. If you can't communicate clearly when you have results and when you don't have results, then Facebook can't optimize for you. So we want to make sure we can optimize through communicating what is actually a success and what's not. And this is one of the reasons why so many people who do their own Facebook ads struggle, because they forget to take care of these steps. So we're going to jump into here. We're going to go back to our Carrot page, and we are going to go to content. We're going to go to our step 2 page. So the page right after the first initial form fill. We're going to pull this up, and we are going to jump down into the settings of this particular page. So it's only posting onto this page. As you can see, we've got some information here. We've got our Facebook pixel code, one already submitted, but we're going to submit it in a second. Go ahead and click paste, and then we're tracking this specific code that we have right here as a lead. We're going to go ahead and hit update, and now we are done placing code. So I'm going to bring it back down. So our page is ready to go with our Facebook pixel code. Now, if you want to double check this, I suggest going to Facebook Pixel Helper. If you're using Google Chrome, downloading that extension, and what you can do is you can actually track and make sure that your Facebook pixel code is populating correctly, and that will ensure that you have everything ready to go. It'll show you green, a little check mark showing that the page, like on your home page, your page view is popping up, as well as on your step 2 page that your lead is popping up, and that everything is registering correctly. So now that that is taken care of, we are going to go back to the Facebook Ads Manager and actually start creating the ad to actually drive people over to the page that we need to retarget. So you can go ahead and go into here and click create. I've already created a campaign, but just to show you, you click create, and then you're going to go and click conversions and click continue. I've already got mine started, so we're going to pop into here. You need to make sure at first to click special ad category, and you are going to go to housing. Next, we're going to come down here and you can choose a campaign budget optimization if you'd like. I suggest just having your retargeting ad set in here so you don't need a campaign budget optimization. But if you do want one, it's not going to change anything. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave my budget inside my ad set budget. So I'm going to hop into here and go to my ad set. And this is where we're going to start selecting our audiences. You got to make sure that you select your pixel. So pick the pixel that you want to use. And then you're going to make sure that you select lead. And we're going to come down here. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, and you will probably have a yellow or a red pixel event here because it's a new pixel. It will turn green as you get more people coming through. We're going to come down and select the budget. I like to spend anywhere between $5 to $10 a day. We're going to start off with 5 because I know that my retargeting is probably pretty low. I don't have very many people in this audience because it's a brand new pixel. So we're going to start with 5, and I'm probably going to set it for starting in a week so it has enough time to start getting some people coming through. We're going to come down here. As you can see, I've already started adding some audiences in to make sure that I am retargeting. Now, I'm going to show you how to create these audiences. That way that you know how to really set this up. So to create your website audience, all you're going to have to do is go into custom audience. You're going to click website, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to be able to create. You're going to select the pixel that you want to use. So we have multiple pixels in here. We're going to make sure that we select 180 days. And then we're going to name this website 180. If you have multiple pixels, name it specifically for that pixel. And then you're going to go ahead and click create audience. Now I already have mine created, so we're going to come back down. Now I like to add more audiences into this because I know that I only have so many people visiting my website. Now if I have 100, 200 people visiting my website every day, that's plenty of people, and I won't need a bigger audience to do this with. If I only have 5 to 20 people visiting my website every single day, then my audience is probably not big enough, and I need more people in there so that I can make sure to target these people over time, and that Facebook doesn't not show my ads because it doesn't think enough people are in our actual targeting. So I suggest for you to start adding different things like Facebook page engagement. So this is actually tracking the people who visit your Facebook page. I would add in video views, so tracking how long people are watching your videos on Facebook. I would add in any customer lists like direct mail or cold calling lists. And you guys can watch how to create those in other videos that I have created, but it's all very simple inside your custom audience tab, and it'll actually walk you through it in your Facebook Ads Manager. Now, coming down here, I am going to leave my targeting open for the United States because I want to target anybody who is actually visiting my website because they may be an absentee owner that have looked up my website. Even though they live in another state, they have a property in my area. And so I want to make sure that I'm taking advantage of that, and I'm going to leave it open because I know I'm only targeting people that have engaged with me on some level. So I know that they're somewhat motivated for my area. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that part open. And then coming down here, you can either choose to do an automatic placement or a manual placement. I suggest going into manual placements. We're going to come down and we're going to select some of these that we're going to target on. Now, Instagram, you can definitely target if you'd like. I prefer to put my money towards Facebook because I find that I get better results there personally. So I am actually going to take my Instagram out. I am not going to target on Instagram for this particular ad. Now, coming in, I am actually going to take out my stories as well. And I am going to take, you can leave in stream if you have some good videos. If you're just using image ads and you're doing kind of like some image videos, sometimes in stream is not going to be the highest converter. For me, for this particular event with the ad that I'm going to show you to create, I'm going to take off in stream and I'm going to leave on in article, but I'm going to go down to my audience network, which is a group of other apps and websites that Facebook has advertising space on. And I am going to take off the rewarded videos and the in-stream videos and just leave the audience network, native banner, and inner site. So that way we're just targeting on the actual page. without targeting like rewarded videos for like a game that somebody might be playing, or like an in-stream where they're getting like a bunch of news events. And I just rather target where it's going to be a little bit more of a decision on their part to view the ad, because I feel like the money is better spent there. So we're going to come down and we are going to hop into the creation of the ad. Now, first, you have to make sure that you have selected the Facebook page that you are going to be targeting. Next, we are going to add in the website that we are going to be sending the traffic to. Now, I personally like to use campaign URLs. And the reason why I use a URL builder that basically builds a UTM parameter is because it's a little bit easier for me to track when I'm looking at my analytics. That way I know exactly where traffic is coming from. And even though some websites have this built in, they're still, on digital marketing, things can get a lot of crossover, things can be viewed differently. This way I just kind of know what's been impacted directly, so I know where people are actually clicking from. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to go, you can get this free URL builder from Google. You can just go ahead and type it in. If you went to Google and typed in campaign URL builder, this is what will pop up. And I'm going to come down and start adding in my information. So first I'm going to add in my website. Next, I'm going to add in the campaign source. So I'm going to do conversions. And then the medium, I like to do that as who I'm targeting. For this particular ones, I'm going to do sellers, retargeting. And then I'm going to come down. I've got my campaign. I like to put knowing that, like for me, for my clients, what company sent this information. For you, you could go ahead and just put Facebook. And then the content is the ad that's sending it, and it's named retargeting dynamic. And we're just going to go ahead and click copy. We're going to go back to our ads manager and we're going to click paste. All right, so that's going to take care of that. Now we need to start adding some media in here. And just a quick side note, I forgot to mention to you, I did turn on the dynamic creative. The reason why I do this is I like to have multiple options in here so that Facebook can help determine what's going to work best per person that views this ad. And so it just makes it a little bit easier for you and a little more hands-off, not having to worry about it as much. So coming down here, we're going to start adding some images and videos. Now I have some stock stuff I'm just going to go ahead and add in. If you guys would like some more examples of ads, feel free to reach out. We do have examples on how to build your videos, how to build testimonial videos, how to build ads. We have all this free content that we'd love to be able to send you. Just leave a comment in the description of this video below saying that you want some of those free assets, and comment your email, so I'll make sure that those are sent directly to you. All right, so we're going to add in some of these. We've got image of the home, we've got a little banner image, and we're just going to use these two for the sake of this example. You can also add in videos. Facebook will actually optimize this, so it'll actually create these into videos as well. So it'll take still images and create them into small slideshow videos for you if it thinks that the person will convert better online through that video. So we can go ahead and now we can start working on our text. I like to keep a couple stock options just readily available. So I'm going to pull up this option here. Now, since we're using a dynamic creative, you can create multiple versions of this. What I like to do is I like to put bit.ly links inside and test my bit.ly links versus non-bit.ly links. So we can actually take this one and we can hit another option and we'll take one that's a little bit shorter. Now, this is where I place my bit.ly link right here inside the actual text. The reason why I do that is because then when someone's reading a longer form text, they have an option to be able to go directly to my website without having to leave or do any issues. So if you want to create a separate link, you can put your direct link here, or you can go over to bit.ly and copy over a campaign UTM parameter so you know that it's coming from this particular ad, and create a bit.ly link with it and just put that direct link here. For the sake of this video, for the time, I am just going to go ahead and put in our direct URL. Boom. Okay. And then we're going to come down. We're going to put in a headline. So, sell your house fast with cash offer. And then I'm going to go ahead and put get quote. And then we are ready to go to start launching our ads. Now, you can try out different copy, and I would suggest you watch our video on how to write copy for your particular strategy. And this will give you some ideas on best practices and what to do. I also suggest making sure that everything feels cohesive so that your copy, your pointing somebody like with your headline and your tags all match so that when they head over to your website, that they know exactly what they're getting into. And that is the last thing that I am going to show you guys today. So go out there, get your ads ready, and start retargeting people who have already been visiting your website, already engaging with you at some sort of level on Facebook or on some list that you're polling or whatever else that you might be doing. This is the best way to be able to stay in front of them and be able to be there at the right time, in the right place, with the right message to make sure that you are converting at the highest rate possible. Now, if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. I love being able to answer these and create specific videos for these things that kind of pop up. So feel free to let us know, and I will see you guys on the next video.